So this is what a car radiator looks like, and it comes in different sizes depending on the model of the car and the size of the car. But that's not the reason why I'm here. I am here to share 5 things you should know about your car radiator to avoid the story that touches the heart. They say information is power, but you see this particular information, if you're opportuned to have it, it is going to save you money and also save you from future problems, maybe even complicated ones. Because from all indication, nobody likes unnecessary expenses, not even in this critical condition of the economy. So listen very attentively while we'll dive into these 5 things you should know or you must know about your radiator. Number 1 is car radiators comes in 2 types, the single cell radiator and the double cell radiator. I'm simply going to explain this in such a way that you're going to understand it. A single cell radiator has lesser room for the coolant or the water to circulate. Likewise, the amount of water or coolant it can contain. While a double cell radiator has enough room to accommodate more water or more coolant, which means the double cell radiator is on a higher advantage than the single. This simply means that the double cell radiator is more efficient than the single cell radiator. That's why if you are going to replace your car radiator, make sure you go for the double cell. Do not compromise that. If not, you're going to face a future problem, or even sooner or later you will begin to have that experience, and it is going to be a very bad experience. And I believe you wouldn't like to experience that because it is not going to be funny at all. So hold this one point and write it down. If you're going to replace your car radiator, request for the double cell, simply because it is more efficient and also will cool faster than a single cell radiator. So I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. A single cell radiator is likely to cause your engine to overheat because it has lesser room. Number 2, most people prefer to use coolants in their radiator over water. But let me tell you something that will shock you. If you use the wrong coolant in your radiator, prepare for a serious trouble. Do you know why? A bad coolant is going to cause blockage and rust in your radiator, and also likely to block the holes in your engine, which is going to affect the easy flow of water around the engine to cool it down. And even without being told right now, you should already know what to expect when such a thing happens, because water is not getting to the areas where it is supposed to get to cool down the engine due to the blockage caused by the bad coolant you used in your radiator. That engine is prone to overheating. So if you're amongst the people that prefers using coolant over water in your radiator, make sure you are getting the right coolant and also the best quality. It is very important to avoid future frustration. Number 3, right? Yes, I'm correct. Number 3. Most car owners don't know that their radiator can be washed. If you allow dirt, that is dust particles, to cover the surface of your radiator, over time, your engine will begin to overheat. Do you know why? Because air can no longer go through the vents of that radiator to cool the water or the coolant inside. If you open the bonnet of your car, you will see 2 fans very close to the radiator. The job of those 2 fans is to cool down the radiator. This is how it works. Once the water goes into the engine, it cools down the engine and then comes back to the radiator, cools down in the radiator, and then cold water goes back to the engine. That's how the water circulates. So if the fans are working properly, but air cannot go through the vents of the radiator to cool down the water, it becomes a very big problem. The water from the engine that went back to the radiator will remain hot, and then return hot to the engine. Automatically, the engine will begin to overheat. So in this scenario, how do you salvage the situation? Just take that your car to where they are washing radiator so that they wash off all the dirt that is covering the surface of the radiator, which is preventing air from getting into the radiator to cool down the water. Hope you get the point now. Then number 4, most car owners don't know that they can change their coolant. If you don't change the coolant in your radiator when it is supposed to, you are going to face a serious problem. Do not say you were not told. Well, the 5th one, we're going to leave it next time. We're going to treat it. Hope you learned something from this video. This is Hillforce Auto Spare Parts. See you on the next one and have a nice day.